unfortunately, you have to go back to the ticket.
Your passport, my friend, or ID?
Passport?
ID.
ID?
Yes. ID for
Any
you.
passport, any ID.
I need to make sure about your.
No. Hello.
We've got them in Australia, gone wild.
تعالوا نرسم الجبل الخزنة فيها ذهب. بالبداية كانوا مفكرين فوق القبة في صندوق كنز، علشان هيك بنشوف آثار طلقات نار. Follow me, my friend. Hello, there's a ticket here.
Ticket checking? Checking ticket?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 tickets.
For the government.
This guy is standing above there. That's a lucky hand.
뭐?
Another right at the top.
동네 어디? 있겠지 뭐. Sorry.
كردستان الأردن. دركتة؟ لا لا. شو دركت؟ محمد مداني قلت لك.
악어 같이 생겼어. 화장실인가?
Welcome to my cafe.